Welcome tonight to our TMBT Media Podcast. Today is Tuesday, April 28th, and we're here to spread some positive energy and some love to our fans, to all of our listeners around the world. We're currently in a pandemic going on here in the United States and all around the world. So a lot of people are quarantined at home, can't leave, can't work. So we are dedicating this podcast to all of our first responders, the people at the hospital, doctors, nurses, everyone. This is our objective tonight, is to have our TMBTPROS on with us tonight to spread some positivity and hopefully be able to motivate some people with our words. Tonight we have with us Nathan Anthony, one of our TMBTPROS. He's from Dallas, Texas. We also have Leanthony McElroy from Wichita, Kansas. We also have Schwartzen Purcell from New York, and myself. And we're going to take a little time. These young men will be talking about themselves, what they've been doing to maintain their focus, to get back to playing basketball. Their season was cut short, not being able to get into gyms and not being able to lift weights and get to baskets to get shots up. But that's no excuse. These young men will tell you why you don't need all of those things to maintain what it is you need to succeed in pro basketball. You have outdoors. You have to work on your ball handling, your cardio. You may not be able to get to your gym, or they may have taken down some courts, but you still can have everything else in place. Cardio, ball handling, yoga. So today we're happy to have you young men with us. Are you guys there with us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Perfect. We'll start off tonight with our team captain, Leanthony McElroy, who just got back from Argentina. His season was cut short, and he had to return to the United States to be with his family to figure out what's going on with the quarantine. Leanthony, are you there with us, my brother? Is Leanthony here with us?
Yes, I am.
Good, man. How you doing tonight? How's everything going out in Wichita, Kansas, man? How you and your family? How are you guys holding up?
Man, we're doing good, man, over here. Just maintaining, taking everything day by day, and just enjoying the process, you know. It's cool for me because I get to spend some family time with my family and just enjoy them, learn different things, and just have fun, man, you know, while being in the house and going from there.
Right. That's the most important thing, doing what we're told to do by our governors, and just being safe with family, just kind of slow motion. It's really difficult to have something thrown on you so fast and so furious, but it's part of life. As a pro basketball player, things come at you quick. This is something new that we have to adapt to, and we will. We as a people, we will adapt to it. We'll continue to thrive, and it's just a bump in the road. Schwartzen Purcell, are you there with us tonight from New York?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good, brother. Talk to us a little bit about yourself, you with your family during your quarantine times. How are you guys doing in the state of New York? From what we understood, and last time we talked, New York City, New York State was a hotbed for the virus. How are you guys holding up, you and your family?
Yeah, we're doing as best as we could. Everybody knows, personal people who were affected by the virus. My brother, one of my older brothers, is a police officer, so he's on the front lines. He's keeping me updated with everything that's going on. We're doing our part for the most part, as far as keeping our distance. I'm still at work, but it's a tough process. But as long as we continue to just do what the government says, we hopefully this can blow by as soon as possible. So. But we're doing okay for the most part. We're just keeping our prayers up for those who are affected by the COVID.
Good, man. That's a good thing. Nathan Anthony, Dallas,
Yes,
Texas. How you doing, young fella? Welcome to our TMBT family. I think this may be your first podcast.
Yes, sir, it is.
First time on the air. Welcome to being a part of what we do, to our company, and talk to us a little bit about yourself and your family and how you guys holding up in Dallas, Texas.
I'm doing good right now. Just keeping my head on my shoulders, and well, right now I moved to San Antonio, so that's where I'm located right now. But I keep in contact with my family that's in Houston. Every other 2 days, keep in touch with them and see their status on this. But overall, I'm just taking it day by day and staying focused on what's to come next. So
good, man. That's a good thing. Is EJ Blackwell with us as well?
Yes, I'm here. Yep.
EJ Blackwell is one of our newest members of our TMBT family from Rochester, Pennsylvania. Tell us a little bit about how you guys are doing out there in Pennsylvania, up on the East Coast. How you guys doing, and how's everything coming along during these tough times?
Yeah, up here in Pennsylvania was also along the states over here on the East Coast that got hit real bad. But lately, as the last couple of weeks, there hasn't been a big number of new cases. So, that's good. But, still taking precautions around here. And as far as the family, we staying out the way. But my mom and dad, my dad's a deacon at our church. My mom just is heavily involved. So every other day, if not every day, them guys are up from sun up to sundown cooking, helping the unfortunate at our church, the older that can't get out and get food on their own or hot meals. So they're out there, working, trying to help. So, but other than that, we're staying pretty safe and maintaining.
Good, man. Well, I'm sending special positive energy to your family in Rochester, Tennessee. Sounds like you and your family at your church are really helping some extra people. So
Appreciate it.
That says a lot about you and your family. It's a blessing to have family and people that you can be with, that you can protect, and they can protect you. And it's a tough time for everyone all around the world. Lee Anthony just returned from Argentina. They are hit not as hard as we are, but they are dealing with the quarantine part of it as well. And so it's a worldwide pandemic. It's not just here in the United States, it's worldwide. So that's something that when I talk to my friends and our coaches overseas, everyone's dealing with it. Everyone's league has been stopped. So it's everyone can't get to work. They're in the house with the kids, can't go to school. It's a tough predicament right now. Nathan Anthony, talk to us a little bit about growing up in Dallas, Texas. We'll go back to you and talk to us a little bit about growing up and what brought you to our family. Talk to us about your high school career and college and your aspirations to play professional basketball.
Okay. So I was born in Dallas, raised in Houston, and I've been playing basketball since I was like 12. Then it's been a long journey with high school playing, and well, the dream since middle school has been to play overseas or G League or NBA, professionally. So it's just been a game plan day one, but stuff come up, doesn't come the way that you want it to. So you gotta have backups on backups, but eventually the plan gonna come if you just stick to it.
This is true. This is true. Same question for you, Schwartz. Talk to us a little bit about you growing up in New York playing basketball and what it's like playing basketball in the state of New York. And this is your second year with us. Talk to us a little bit. You have quite a bit going on. You actually have, you are an author as well. Talk to us a little bit about what you've been doing in your spare time, maintaining your focus, but talk to us about what you're doing off the court. You're doing some great things. We're very proud of you for being so young, trying to make an impact on society. Enlighten our listeners about what you've been doing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. Last October I did come out with my first book called Be Your Own Hero, because I grew up in foster care in New York City, so I grew up without either parent. And so for me, basketball was a way to just deal with the stresses of life as a young man growing up in New York City. And so I gravitated to basketball around 10, 11, 12. I started competing, in the concrete jungle, going up against, street guys. I ended up getting caught up in the streets. And then at 14 years old, I got serious about basketball in high school. And so fortunately, I took it serious in high school. I played the 1 through 4. And as a point guard, growing up in New York City, it's saturated with guys who are high-level talent. And so what I ended up doing, I ended up just creating a profile for myself online. And I got recruited to Michigan to play basketball at Philander University, where I played the Division II schedule, NCAA. And I played 3 years of college basketball before I was fortunately enough to have connections to a place in Finland, in Europe, Finland, where I played a season out there. So I did have some experience overseas. And I was doing so much outside of my family things, and I didn't know my family. I grew up with one brother, and so in the meantime, I knew I had a good story. I had an online media presence, and I had things going on for myself, but I always lacked this family tie, and so I wrote a book to the long lost family I had never met. It's called Be Your Own Hero, where I took the opportunity to just tell people about not blaming circumstances for where you're at. As a young man, now it's time for me to grow up, take responsibility, know that no one's going to be there to hold your hand. It's time to buckle down and grow up. And so I took the opportunity to search for my long-lost family, where I actually found them and found my birth certificate, found my social security card, found my original birth name, and then I was able to put it in the book. And fortunately enough for me, where I submitted it to a couple contests where I was awarded for the Best Book Award. So I stopped playing basketball for a little bit to kind of get things rolling with that. And I was fortunate enough God brought me back to basketball, which is why I signed with TMBT family, because I know how credible you guys are, and I love working with Milton with this. So it all came full circle. Now I found my family. I found, my dad did pass away, unfortunately, 6 years ago. I never got to meet him, but I ended up meeting several family members. I'm actually traveling this month, hopefully, before the COVID hit, to Houston to see one of my other brothers who lives in Houston. So everybody knows the story now. I keep a strong online media presence to keep young men who are growing up in poverty or in harsh situations, that they too can go out and make something of themselves. It doesn't have to be just a statistic of just a black man trying to play ball, trying to make it out the hood. It's much more than that. And so my authorship is a representation of that.
Incredible, man. That's incredible what you're doing at such a young age. To be focused and to have the dedication to not only train for basketball, but realize that you have a bigger purpose to touch the lives of other youth and other people with your writing. So as we tell you all the time, we're very proud of you, and you inspire me as well to continue to finish up our book that we're trying to write and do some other things. You inspire older people as well, so continue being who you are, and just continue working hard. Whatever you put your mind to, clearly you can do. Clearly. E.J. Blackwell talked to us a little bit about, we'll come back to you, Rochester, Pennsylvania, growing up and playing basketball on the East Coast. What brought you to our TMBT family and your high school career? Talk to us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, like I said, I'm born and raised in Rochester, Pennsylvania, small town about 30 minutes north of Pittsburgh. High school had a great career. I mean, this is a big football area, so it's hard. It's hard for basketball guys to make it out this area. You know, because the area I come from is, you know, Darrell Reeves, Terrell Pryor, name is. So it's like it's a real football area. So a lot of schools around here, especially Rochester, try to mold me into a football player. So I kind of went against the grain and played ball, but I always had a ball in my hand since a little baby. I know it sounds cliche, but literally. But college, bounced around a little bit, went to West Virginia State right out of high school, redshirted, ended up going to Genesee Community College in New York, played a year there, and then I ended up finishing my collegiate career at Lourdes University, NAI, D2. Got a chance to play for Andre Smith. He got a chance to coach and play overseas, but he coached the Croatian national team for a couple of years. So we ran a pro offense, and so I got a chance to learn from a guy who's played professionally and actually coached a national team over there. So got a lot of knowledge. He really taught me the game from the neck up aspect. Because when I got to college, you know, being young, you want to wow the crowd and score, but he really, you know, sat me down and taught me the game from the neck up. And then after college, 2016, I was fortunate enough to play in the Mitchell-Jones Cup in Dominican Republic. Ended up making it to the championship and got to play against NBA Keith Gloss. He used to play for the Clippers, 7-footer. I don't know, Mr. Melton, you might know of him or know him. Got a chance to play against him. Then after that, played in a tour in Jamaica, won the tournament, actually won the MVP of that tournament. And then following that, I got a trial in Norway for one of the lower division teams, but I had suffered an injury, so that's why it had hindered my opportunity there. But ever since then, I just got back on track and just been playing in the ABA these past 2 years. And as far as how I got connected with you guys, is just looking you guys up, and I was also referred by a guy, Mr. Calvin, with Mr. Melton. You talked to Mr. Melton, and he was just, you know, giving me a rundown about your resume and your history, and I looked you up, and everything was legit, and how many people you guys help, and it just felt like it was only right to be a part.
Well, we appreciate you choosing us to help you, to help lead you forward. We really are honored for all of you guys to choose us to help with your process and with your placement, man. That's big for us, for young men to have confidence in us. We get calls all the time about players that have been scammed. And that seems to be really huge now, where, I don't know, agents from overseas are calling and saying that they are someone, and then they have guys come overseas, and then they show up and no one's there, no camp, no anything, and these guys have paid big money. So I think of course they call it scamming, right? And so many of some of you guys may have been with other agents, and so what I hear when they come to me is, this is what happened to me. This is what happened to me. So it's my way.
No, for sure.
It's my way of being able to help and being able to just shed some light on what's going on. Do I have all the answers to international pro basketball? No, but I've been through it. I know what it's about, and I'm honored to have young men that are willing to follow my lead. That makes an old guy like me feel good. Anthony McLeroy, our team captain, one of our team captains, just got back from Argentina. What day did you get back, Lee?
I got back from Argentina April the 4th.
April 4th. Right. Interesting, man. You were down there for quite some time. You had some offers, and just did everything you were supposed to do. Your trip got cut short by something that we could not have predicted, right? This pandemic. You were in Argentina. Talk to us a little bit, first of all, about growing up in Wichita, Kansas, playing basketball. We know we've had you on here before, but just kind of give the listeners a refresher course of who you are.
Yeah, what's up, folks? My name is Anthony Leroy, from Wichita, Kansas. Growing up here in Wichita, man, it was cool. Basketball was really tough. Me, I personally didn't grow up in Wichita. I was born here, so I got the chance to. My parents were in the military, so I moved to different states and played basketball. I played, you know what I'm saying. So for me, I got a chance to see basketball in a different horizon, and got a chance to just pick up different pieces of the game from different states, that way how they played the game, and it was good. But when I got back to Wichita, after JUCO and stuff, it was tough. You know what I'm saying? It was just tough. You just it's one of the places where it's a lot of good competition here, but guys just don't know how to make it out. It's a lot of good competition in my city. I'm not one to cap on it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of guys who got skills and they got game. They just, they're afraid to take risks and they're afraid to bet on themselves. So, they live to a circumstance of how they feel like they supposed to live and how they think they supposed to be in basketball terms and stuff like that. So, it was nitty gritty. It was like you gotta come with it. Like, if you don't come with it, then somebody always trying to go at you. So that was how I was raised off playing basketball. Like, it's either them or it's me. You get what I'm saying? So for me, like, man, I was just blessed, like I said, able to go to Argentina and do something that, God blessed me to do every day. And I just look at it like, you guys can do the same thing too. Just work hard. You know what I'm saying? Don't stop pushing. Don't stop. Just, keep God first and just pray every day and just work on your game and you just continue just to, be y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what this whole thing is about. Is, y'all showcasing yourself through conversation and through everything you do. So, it's all just a little note, you know what I'm saying?
It's big, man. That's big. Let's talk about what some of you guys are doing during the quarantine. We will in May we're going to have our yoga class that we'll be taking online. We'll have some of our yoga teachers from around the world, from South America, from USA, and so we'll have them teaching several classes for us. But let's talk about some of the stuff that you guys are doing to maintain focus and to maintain your conditioning, especially since we know, like we talked about, we can't get to the gym, we can't get to the weight room, can't get to the basket. What are you guys doing? What do young guys your age do, and what do you recommend? Let's start with EJ Blackwell. What are you doing in Rochester, Pennsylvania, to maintain your focus, to maintain your conditioning?
Oh man, what I'm doing up here is just regular like body weight stuff, a lot of calisthenics. I'm able to get to a track, so try to get some sprints in. Definitely get at least 2 miles in. But as far as that, I got a nice little smooth road on the side, so I'm able to get some ball handling in. But like you said, it's not like regular gym work or regular drills where you're in there attacking the basket, but still trying to keep that same sharpness. So
right.
Well, all that's basically everything in a nutshell.
Right. How about you, Nathan Anthony in Dallas, Texas? What are you able to do as far as maintaining your focus?
The way I maintain my focus is by watching videos, content on LeBron, PG, James Harden, getting the basic fundamentals down and just learning new moves. I used to go to the gym every day. So since the whole pandemic thing is going on, I try to find parks, different parks where I can go to go run and then do drills, just to expand, like, because I'm still new to San Antonio, so I'm still trying to learn that out. So basically just learning about the game some more, and then lifting weights, busting little weights and stuff, but mainly just trying to get my basketball IQ up.
Got you, man. Got you. Schwartz, what do you guys do in New York City? What are you able to do? What are you able to do? Because you got to keep your social distance. Social distance. You gotta You gotta wear masks. I mean, what is it to do in the state of New York where it is or was a hotbed? What do you do?
Yeah, so I'm used to getting up super early. Being that I played in Finland and Spain and here in the States. I'm used to getting up at 5 o'clock, and my body is already used to that kind of programming. And so I get up and I do my jog. Curfew is still at 8 p.m. and so I have to make sure I'm in the house. So I do it 2 a day. Personally, like today I went for a 10-mile bike ride to maintain my shape. I'm always big on personal training and fitness. So for me, I also the facility that I manage does have a court, that has a court, and so what I do after my 5 a.m. workout, I work 5 to 7, get at work at 7:30, then I do another session around 6:30 p.m. from 6:30 to 8. So I ran the park today after the bike mile ride. So I make sure I stay focused with that. And then I have a young man who I'm also helping train for the National Guard. So he puts me through his workout times too, as far as calisthenics, push-ups, pull-ups, dips, everything for that nature. So I'm in pretty good shape. I'm excited for it. So I'm staying sharp, staying hungry for it.
Good. That's a good thing, man. That's a good thing. Lee, what are you doing? What are you doing in Wichita, Kansas, to maintain your focus? You just got back. You've actually been with several teams and have practiced with several teams. You have your routine that I'm sure you have now, knowing how it is on the front line. You were down there for more than a month. What do you do, man? How do you? And of course, you and I know there's no way to duplicate a practice with the second division team. It's impossible to do here. You and I know that, but for guys on the phone and guys that may be listening, what do you try to do to simulate what you've been doing for the past 2 months?
I really just try to. We got like an outside court right by my house, so I got my cousin with me. He just put me through some drills, some up and down drills to keep my cardio, and this is like remember certain drills that I did when I was there that helped me like where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? As far as wise, I really try to work on my core and flexibility a lot to be more flexible and to be able to move more quicker, laterally and stuff like that. That was one of the biggest things like we did when I remember being down there is like worked on my core and flexibility. Push-ups, a lot of push-ups. Push-ups is hitting push-ups and sit-ups. But mostly, just it's recorded around the corner from my house. So I'll drive up to the court. If I'm not with my cousin, I'm with me, just putting in some work. And just trying to just get in, just up and down. It's a full court, so they ain't close the parks off and stuff. You can still go to a court, you can be 6 feet from somebody at the court, So for me, it's just maintaining, just getting up and down, just keeping my wind right, and just, I'm big on like documentaries and stuff, so I always watch documentaries to try to stay ahead. Like, I like to see how people think, and just, for me, that's what I've been doing. And in my city, just,
Okay, being that you guys, you may be the second one that I heard bring it up. You guys been watching documentaries. I got to bring it up. I'm 49 years old. I am more from the Michael Jordan era. He's closer to my age, he's my size. Got to ask you guys are young guys. Has everyone seen The Last Dance?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no, I didn't.
I haven't either.
Oh, you guys have not seen The Last Dance. Okay. Is there anyone here? So how many guys have seen The Last Dance? Lee, you've seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Nathan, you saw it as well?
No, sir.
Okay. EJ, did you see it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay. For those guys that have not seen it, I'm just talking strictly to the guys that did see it, right?
Yeah.
EJ and Lee. What did you guys get from it from a teaching standpoint, from a learning standpoint? What did you guys get from it?
Okay, I'll go. Well, what I got from it is that so far is that Jordan really, like he kind of said in that last episode, like Phil Jackson, like Doug put the ball in his hands, but Phil Jackson was taking it out of his hands. And at first he didn't understand it, and then he realized like the sacrifices he had to make, you know what I'm saying, for him to achieve the goal that he wanted for him and as well for the Bulls.
And may or may not have seen, to get a sense of why the response in the early stages was so
this is correct. This is totally correct. It was one of those things where, of course, you guys are more LeBron James's age, Kobe's age. I know a lot of you guys, Lee Anthony and I talked before. He's a Kobe fan. Everyone's a Kobe fan, LeBron fan. But if I had to, and if you had to choose one, who did you choose before you saw the documentary, Lee Anthony?
Between Kobe and Jordan?
Or the three of them, LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan. Who did you choose? Who did you have before the documentary?
Man, that's a no-brainer. That's Jordan all the way.
I was about to say, yeah.
Okay, EJ, how about you, brother? You had Jordan.
I was gonna say I'm agreeing with bro, hands down, Jordan.
Right. Okay. And so I'm assuming that, right? I would think the young guys maybe wouldn't have Jordan before the documentary, but that the documentary may make them change their mind. You two clearly, am I saying that you guys had Jordan before the documentary? So the documentary just cemented what you already knew. I'm correct?
Yeah, it definitely is.
Okay, got you. Schwartz, who do you have? Do you like? Do you have a favorite between the three?
Yeah, I'm Kobe all the way.
Kobe. Okay, here we go. So you're a Kobe guy. Okay. Kobe guy. Okay, Nathan, how about you?
It's Michael Jordan, hands down.
Okay, so you believe Michael Jordan is the best. Okay, once you see the documentary, there's going to be no doubt in your mind. Fine. Schwartz said he is a Kobe fan, correct, Schwartz?
Yep.
Okay, wow. Great debate. Tell us why you feel Kobe out of the three.
I remember when he talked about the Mamba mentality. I read his book. You know, even before that, he was talking about how he got the competitive advantage over a lot of guys in the league. You know, when he realized a lot of people weren't working hard. But not only that, when he said when people skip lines and they cut corners, that accumulates over time. And so, as an undersized, like a 5'11" guard, for me, all I had to do was kind of realize that the gap that a lot of people miss, which is not touch the baseline when they're doing suicide, and the small things that people try to skip over, is exactly what Kobe emphasized in his motto to Mamba mentality. And when he talked about his pillars, all I did was apply that. And you don't have to be the best scorer, the greatest defender, or the best player in order to get, paid to get perfection. If you excel in that one area of what sets you apart, you can be a professional. You can be as great as you can be. So that's why I applied, and I ended up getting contracts because of that.
Good. And of course, Kobe is one of the best to do it. They all are great in their own right. I don't think there is a who's better. They're all great, So that's the beauty part about it, is that I love to hear the debates. I don't participate in them. I love to hear guys debating, and what, of course, like Schwartz said, his belief, he chooses the Mamba mentality. Lee and EJ choose, Nathan also choose Michael Jordan. I haven't heard anyone say LeBron James. Wow, what are we doing here? No LeBron James fans in the house?
I'm a fan of LeBron. It's just that it was a different era back then. It's more tougher, more physical. Nowadays, they done soften up, to my opinion.
Right. Correct.
Honestly, my opinion, LeBron to do the same thing but 10 times more back in that day. And I just say that because you got to think they had guys like Kevin McHale who was 6'10", 6'11", 250 pounds. And you got a 6'9", 250, 260 guy coming at you with the versatile skills of Scottie Pippen, Magic, Jordan, Kobe, all of them built into one person. Like, y'all don't think he wouldn't just dominate? Come on now. I'm not gonna be the foot like the biased one to sit here and say, nah, he's not gonna kill. Like, he's great for a reason. He is King James for a reason. And I don't want people to forget that, but you know,
ain't nobody gonna forget that.
If Scottie Pippen was really guarding him, bro, he would really go crazy on Scottie Pippen because he bigger than Scottie, bro. If Dennis Rodman was guarding him, he would just kill him on just the pull-up jump shot. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's something that they taken away from him, just how great he is as a player, how much film he watches, how much he studies the game, how much he really just, if you hear about how people talk about LeBron James compared to how they talk about Kobe, compared to how they talk about Jordan, compared to how they talk about him on a high pedestal, man. So let's not forget about King James out there. I like all of them because they're great. That's why I like them. I don't have no who's better than me. I feel like in generation ages they all great. They was all great here and they was all put on the game to help us become better players every day. So, we just learn from them and just grow. You know what I'm saying? That's how I tell my homies now, like, look, no more arguing about who's better. Just appreciate why you got them now because in the blink of an eye, they're going to be gone. And we're going to be talking about the next it guys coming up. You know what I'm saying? So just words of advice, man. For real.
Right. We just got a message from some of our TMBT clients down in Mississippi and Louisiana. I think they are experiencing a storm down there. They may have lost power down there. So we're sending those guys positive energy, hoping that passes and that they lose power. Just looking at a message that we received while we were live on air. So sending a lot of positive energy to our guys down there, our TMBT clients down there, Derek, Ashley, and Magic, and Tyler, and those guys. We're sending a lot of positive energy down there, hoping that everything is going okay down there. Talk to us a little bit more, LeAnthony, if you will. Schwartz, I know you played overseas for some time as well. What wisdom do you impart on these young men who are looking to play pro basketball in a country that you've been to? You've been a part of pro organizations. Any recommendations that you could give? Any recommendations that you have for them or for other guys who are looking to maybe play pro basketball, that have the aspirations of playing pro basketball? What could they do as far as working out? Is there anything that you recommend they could do during this time of quarantine? Cardio, weights. So what do you recommend? What do you have? What do you do? Yeah.
I'll be honestly, when you down there, just really just focus on cardio. Focus on your cardio. Focus on I weightlifted. I tried to lift weights probably 2 to 3 times during the week, and then I just focused on my cardio, running, you know what I'm saying? They had hills there, so I did all those stuff, man. Just focus on all of that.
Yeah, and I would say, do what you do well. If you rely on your dribbling, strengthen that, work on your weaknesses as well. What I personally do, I know I carve out my 30-day plan. So say if you're not sure what to do for May, get your calendar book out, write what you want to do on each day, work on legs, work on, body squats, work on. So, or you don't have to have equipment. You could just literally do a set of 30 squats, up and down. Get yourself a band, order a band off Amazon. Maybe do some defensive slides and things. That's exactly what I do. I carve out my 30 days every month, so I know what I do each day. When I get out there and before I get out there, I make sure I'm prepared ahead of time.
Right. Anything else that anybody else wants to add to some young players that we have high school players that may be listening? They're stuck at home as well, can't get out to do anything. What do you guys, anybody got any more recommendations for younger kids that may be listening, younger players? Anybody got anything?
What I would say is young guys like college and high school, if they got time, I would say just sit down there and try to study film. If they never actually tried to watch film or learn how to break down film, that's what I would try to do. Because I know when I got to college, like film was big. We had film session morning and then in the evening. So that's what I would do. As far as if they don't know what they could work on in the game, or if some of them never really seen themselves how they look in the game. Well, other than that, that's what I would recommend.
Good, man.
I would recommend, if you're trying to go overseas, you gotta, like I think Anthony said, work on your professionalism. That's very important. It's not about the ego. You gotta cut that ego stuff out. It's not about being a man. Like we try to be here in America. You gotta humble yourself and truly understand that you about to be a professional, and so you got to represent yourself accordingly and according to the organization, because they will send you home. I think guys get sent home who were All-Americans. Guys get sent home real fast if they disrespect the code of conduct and the management team.
Exactly. Those are words of wisdom for guys that may be at home, that don't have a basketball family they can talk to. That's some wisdom from our players to you. Those guys that need a home or need help during this time, give us a call. We'll try to help with whatever we can. We have guys. We'll have you guys, Nathan, Anthony, if you don't mind sharing your social media handles for young players that want to contact you, or if someone wants to contact you to ask you about what you're doing to prepare for your season. Share your social media handles, whatever you have, IG, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you're willing to share, my brother.
Okay, so my Instagram is at ChillNate, 3 L's, and Facebook is Nathan Anthony. If you don't know how to spell it, is NathanAnthony. And then Twitter is Baby Big with three A's.
Okay. Lee, share yours for us as well.
Yeah, mine is Lee McLeroy. Lee on Twitter, it's Lee_McLeroy20. Once again, it's Lee_McLeroy20. On Instagram, it's Lee, same as well as my Twitter, Lee_McLeroy20. And then Facebook, you can just follow me, Lee Anthony McLeroy on Facebook.
Okay. Schwartz, go ahead and call yours out for me, brother.
Yeah, my Instagram and Twitter are both Schwartzen_828. Schwartzen, SCHWARTZEN _ the numbers 828.
Great. EJ, how about you, brother?
My Instagram is EJB1425, and my Twitter is also EJB but _14. And on Facebook, you can just look me up as EJ Blackwell, BLACKWELL. Good.
And of course, our website here is www.miltonbellbasketball.com. Our email is milton.bell@miltonbellbasketball.com. Any messages that anyone has for any player, you can either contact that player directly, or if you want to contact us here, we will certainly pass that message on to whoever it's designated for. Going to be wrapping up here in a minute. This is our first installment of our TMBT Media podcast with this group. We'll have a second group coming up tomorrow, part 2 of our interview, talking to some more of our players and trying to spread as much love and positivity as we can using our TMBT media station, podcast, YouTube. We also have our platform on Spotify, also Apple Music, iTunes, iHeartRadio, as well as Spreaker, and a various host of others. So anybody wanting to contact us or wanting to talk to us about basketball or how we can help, our cell number is area code 702-908-1501. We'll end our show with some positive words of wisdom for our listeners. We'll start with EJ Blackwell. Any parting words that you want to send to your family or friends that are listening that may be having a hard time, or young kids that you know from your family? Anyone you want to send out positive energy to?
Oh, yeah, I would like to send out, positive energy to, basically the whole world. I know some, is more affected than others, but especially here in America, I just want to tell you guys, always first things first, thank you guys for actually tuning in and listening to this podcast. But like I said, to the people out there, man, just try to stay safe and stay positive. I know some days it may look bad, but that's all we can do is just stay positive and keep looking forward, man, and ride this thing through.
Yes, sir. Lee, how about you, my brother?
Definitely, man. You guys just continue just to keep working hard. Continue just to always just be you. You know what I'm saying? Never start working hard, man. I definitely, send some positive and some my prayers to all the COVID victims right now, families as well, man. Everything's going on. Everybody on here on the Skype right now, man. Definitely, send my prayers out to you guys as well, man.
Yeah, likewise.
Definitely, man.
It's crazy. So, everybody out here just, for me, for my family, you guys, everybody out there listening to me, man, thank you. I appreciate that, and just continue working hard.
Yeah, man. Schwartz, how about you, my brother?
Yeah, I would definitely say, we're in this together. We got to have a unified mindset. Everyone's going through it, so you're not alone. So prayers are definitely sent out to everybody in the entire world, because this is not just a us thing, or me thing. It's a us thing. So we'll get through it, though. We're strong and we built for this. So this is for everybody. So thank y'all for tuning in.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Did we leave out anybody? Nathan, you said yours. EJ.
No, sir.
Nathan, say yours for me, brother.
It's just Nathan, yeah.
Okay. Well, I just want to say that prayers up to everybody that's listening, and the ones that can't still, same thing. And through this time, I just want to say, nobody should not be doubting themselves in this pandemic. My bad. Sorry. But yeah, don't be doubting yourself right now. It's tough times, and nothing lasts forever. So you gotta stay positive, keep doing what you're doing. The little things count more than the big things. And just stay focused and take it day by day.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Same thing coming from me to all of our listeners, to our youth, to our clients all around the world, to our TMBT family, our coaches in Argentina. Just maintain focus, man. We have to do what we're told to do by our government and by our states, and this too shall pass. This is a small bump in the road. we will overcome as we normally do, putting our faith in God and following our mind and our hearts. Family first. We're here for anyone that needs to talk or just trying to figure out what to do. It's bigger than basketball. I'm bigger than basketball. You can call us and people can call me and talk life. I'm normally on the phone every day talking basketball, but this is much bigger than basketball. What we're going through, this pandemic, is much bigger than basketball. So our lines are open for anyone that needs to talk. For our young men, our youth, before you do something stupid, call us. We can talk you through it. I promise you, we have so many youth that we are blessed to be a part of their lives here in Richmond and in Las Vegas as well. Call us if you need help or not able to figure something out, can't make any sense of it, call me. That's what Coach Bell is here for. So for all of our players tonight, all of our TMBT pros, for me, Milton Bell, the owner of the company, my family to yours, we send positive energy out to everyone, right? Thanks, everyone. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your night. It's almost 11 o'clock. I know Schwartzen has to get up in the morning. Hope you guys have a great day tomorrow, man. Start your day tomorrow knowing that you had a positive night, that you used our radio platform to spread some positive energy to some youth. Hopefully they'll be able to hear us, and just knowing, I hope you guys have a good night's rest and have a good productive day tomorrow. Every day is a new day to start something to work towards your goal. Of course, we don't know when this will be over. It's not up to us. It's up to our government and up to God when this will be over. We just have to be ready so that when this is over, we can get back to what we were doing. But this is bigger than basketball, so we have to give this 100% of our attention, but in the back of our mind, maintain our focus on what our goal is, and that is to become professional basketball players. Hey, we'd like to thank all of our listeners for listening tonight from our TMBT Media family. Until next time, we'll have a show tomorrow, Wednesday the 29th, with our second group of TMBT pros. Please tune in tomorrow. Looking forward to talking to everyone again tomorrow night. Thank you.